Hi, and welcome back to the Books Are Everywhere. Today I am here with quite a brutal book unhaul. I don't tend to do unhauls that frequently. Sometimes I'll just randomly get rid of a book if I read it and didn't like it or whatever, but I need the space. Like, I'm seriously struggling for space and it's stressing me out, so I've been looking at my shelves and thinking I need to be more brutal about what I'm getting rid of and what I'm keeping and what I keep multiple editions of and things like that, and I need to remove some books from my shelves to make room for new ones. So I've gone through and been probably the most brutal I've been in years. If I had the space, I would probably keep more than this. However, I just don't, and I need to make some room. So I don't know how many books I have here, but there are quite a lot. In no particular order, I'm just going to go through them, tell you why I'm unhauling them. I'm not really going to tell you what they're about. Probably maybe give you a sentence about the genre or whatever, but there is a lot here and I'm just going to basically tell you why I'm unhauling them. So yeah, this is in no particular order, this is just like piles of books next to me, so let's just go through and get started. So the first one on here is The Death Cure by James Dashner. I have been unhauling these books as I've read them. I didn't really want to keep them after I read them, and these have been on my shelves for too many years, so it is going. I am tempted to throw it, but I'm not going to throw it. And the second one is The Quick by Lauren Owen. I recently read this one and it was okay. I gave it 3.5 stars. I'm not going to reread it. It is a gothic paranormal story. I don't want to spoil it or give much away, but yeah, it was okay, so I'm going to get rid of that one as well. And then we have How to Be Bad. This is by E. Lockhart, Lauren Miracle and Sarah Milanowski. I read this one absolutely years and years ago and I really enjoyed it when I did. However, I do think I'm not going to reread this one and it just needs to go. It's not like it's part of a set or anything. A lot of books I keep because I have like all of the author's work or whatever, but I'm just gonna unhaul it. I would like to reread it at some point, but honestly, am I ever going to? It needs to go. Also, this one is like a road trip romance story, coming of age, teenagers, so it's probably a bit like I wouldn't really relate to it now anyway. And then we have Kindred Spirits by Rowell, which I've mainly been keeping because these were kind of like, not rare at the time, but it was kind of annoying because they couldn't be sold in other countries and we had loads of them. So I felt bad about getting rid of it, but this one is in Almost Midnight by Rowell, which is another little book I have, so I don't really need both of them. This was a World Book Day thing. It's also going. And then I have this paperback of Cottonwood Angel by Cassandra Clare. I would love to collect these bigger paperbacks, but honestly it is time to face facts and no, I am not going to. I'm definitely not going to anytime soon. There is no point keeping this. Alex gave this to me. She can't actually remember giving this to me, but she did, and I think she got rid of it for the same reason. I just need to be brutal with myself and just realise that I'm just going to keep my UK paperbacks, especially because some of them are signed and I think my version of Clockwork Angel is signed, and if I ever have enough money to actually get all of them in this set, I can just get it again. But I honestly just doubt it's gonna happen, and I need to just be honest with myself and just keep my normal UK paperbacks. It is fine. I have so many editions of these books. It's fine. And there's also Jay's Gay Agenda, which I recently bought and recently read, and I gave it 2 stars. I honestly don't want to pass this on to anybody because I wouldn't recommend it, so it's just gonna go probably to the charity shop. It's a shame because I did pay for this book and bought it fairly recently, but there is no way that I want to keep it, so bye bye. And then we have Medusa by Jessie Burton. I very recently read this one and I probably wouldn't be unhauling it so quickly unless I had a friend that I knew I wanted to pass it on to, who is going to enjoy it more than me and will treasure it more than me. I did enjoy it, it was great, I gave it 4 stars. It is a Medusa retelling, kind of feminist kind of retelling, and I really liked it. It's for young adults. This is the limited edition proof copy. This comes out very soon, but I am passing this on to a friend who I know will really enjoy it, and yeah, she's gonna hopefully love it. And then we have The Stormcrow by Josephson. This is the proof copy. I've had this one for a couple of years. I've also had a hardback for a couple of years. There is no point me keeping them both. I've been holding on to this one for sentimental value, but there is nothing different about it. Often I will hold on to proofs because I feel very honoured to have been sent them and I liked the book, so I end up with multiple editions, and that is why I'm getting rid of a few of these books. But I absolutely love this one. If you're looking for a fantasy duology that features a strong woman and also looks at mental health and depression, I would definitely recommend this series. However, I have the hardback set, so I definitely don't need this one. And then we have More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This is another case where I've been keeping this book because I had all of his work apart from Infinity Sun, but we will ignore that, that exists. But yeah, I just don't need to keep it. I really didn't like it. Well, I say I really didn't like it. It is my least favourite Adam Silvera book by quite a lot. And I definitely don't need to keep it just because I have his other books, so it is going. And then we have Hurricane Child by Case and Calendar. I recently read this one and I did enjoy it, however I'm just not going to read it again. It's a middle grade, it centers around a 12-year-old girl and it has some great discussions about kind of discovering your sexuality and also about your parents breaking up, and it deals with a lot of great stuff. However, I'm just not going to reread it, so I'm going to get rid of it. This feels like such a guilty video to film. I already feel awful about how many books I'm getting rid of, but I'm sorry. I'm also going to be getting rid of my Proof of Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. Again, this was a really hard decision to make, but I have the Fairy Loot copy that Amy gave me and I love it. And also I know that there is some stuff in the finished one that isn't in here, or the other way around. There's references in the proof copy that have been edited out of the finished copy, and I'd rather have the copy without those references. But I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's just, I'm not going to talk about it on my channel. But anyway, this I felt very honoured to send and is why I've been keeping it. However, I do love the Fairy Loot copy. It is got pink sprayed edges, it's really beautiful. I don't need 2 paperbacks of this. As much as I want to keep on this proof because I absolutely love this book so much and I felt honoured to be sent it, I don't need to. And then we have 3 Morgan Matson books. This is Since You've Been Gone, Save the Date and The Unexpected Everything. I think I've read most of Morgan Matson's work apart from Take Me Home Tonight, which is her newest book. And although I loved these books when I read them, they are a thing of their time and a thing of the time, like the time of my life when I read them. Don't think I would enjoy them as much now because I just wouldn't relate to the characters as much. And Since You've Been Gone, I was definitely, I think, my least favourite of these. I've never liked the cover of Save the Date, and I love the cover of The Unexpected Everything, but I just know I'm not going to reread it because there's no point. So they can go. I will keep my lovely illustrated editions of Amy and Roger and Second Chance Summer because they are my favourites and they have a lot of sentimental value, but these ones, they can go. On a very similar vein, I also have My Boy Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is one I have actually read more recently in the past 2 or 3 years, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected considering I thought it'd be a little bit young for me and I wouldn't relate to it. However, I've just been holding on to these because I wanted to get the matching copies, but I just think I'm past that now. And I just don't think I'm really going to reread this. They don't really appeal to me anymore, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. It is a teen romance. There is a lot of teen romances on here already that are going, so this is going with it. And again, I'm also going to get rid of my copy of The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. I have 2 copies of this. This is the Illumicrate paperback that Blue very kindly gave to me, I'm sorry. But I also have a proof copy that Alex gave to me. I've mainly been keeping this because it has people on the spine, so it matches some of the other books. But now I have other Karen M. McManus books that don't match the spine, so there's just no point. I don't need 2, I'm going to keep the proof because I love the proof and I love the design on it, and not keep the Illumicrate copy. I then have the entirety of the Red Queen series, which I read earlier this year. It was okay, it got worse with every book. I quite liked the first one and it was kind of just downhill from there, so these are also going to go. And this is a YA fantasy series. It focuses heavily on class. I did enjoy it, but it just wasn't good enough for me to want to keep some copies. I then also have my paperback copy of Mooncakes by Susanna Walker's the illustrator. Wendy Zhu wrote this, I think it's that way round. And I absolutely love this book. It's one of my favourites of the year. However, I just bought the hardback deluxe edition and I don't think I need the paperback as well. I may ask if my boyfriend would like this because I think he would enjoy it, and he might want to read it, but I did just love the hardback copy, so I don't need to keep both of them. So I also have The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I read this recently and it was just a bit of a letdown. I didn't really like it as much as I wanted to, so I'm deciding to unhaul this one. It's a proof, so I'm sorry that I'm unhauling it. This was sent to me over a year ago by Orbit, and yeah, it was a big disappointment, so I'm going to see if anyone wants it to pass it on to. This is a fantasy. It's a feminist witch retelling of the suffragist movement, but it just didn't really work for me, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I also have This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I did really enjoy this one. It was a super quick one to get through. It is about a school shooting, so it's quite harrowing, but it's very easy to read and quick to get through. However, I just don't really feel the need to keep it. I just don't think I'm going to really reread it again. It's been on my shelves for a long time, so I think it's time to unhaul it. I also have these two Magisterium books, which Courtney gave me. I think this is the 4th and 5th book in the series. So she gave these to me because she's going to rebuy this to get a matching set, and I thought I'd want to read the series and then I could just buy the first 3. However, I just don't think I'm going to. This is a middle grade series and I just don't really feel the need to read it, so I'm going to unhaul these. Sorry, Courtney. And then I have Punch in the Air by Ibi Zoboi and Youssef Salem. I read this one a while ago and I did enjoy it, but again, I probably won't reread it. It is a very important story of the Exonerated Five. Well, it's kind of in, yeah. It's written by one of the Exonerated Five. It's about somebody who's been wrongly imprisoned, and it's a very important story. It's a verse story, so it's very easy to read, quick to get through, although it is a little bit harrowing as well. But again, I'm just probably not going to reread this one, so it's time to kind of get rid of it. And then we have Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs. I really like the Miss Peregrine series, and as much as I did like this one when I read it, I don't think I'm really going to reread this one especially, so I'm just going to unhaul this one as well. And then we have The Mercies by Norwood Hargrave. I really liked this book. I recently read it, however I have a paperback of it as well, and I don't feel like I need this hardback as well as the paperback. I wanted to keep it because it does match my set of Norwood Hargrave books, and it is a limited edition one that is numbered, I believe, or something. It's an independent bookshop limited edition signed by the author. However, I just don't feel the need for 2, and I do prefer the paperback that I have, so I'm going to unhaul this one. I don't even know how I got that one. I thought I got it from Waterstones, but it's an independent bookshop edition, so I don't feel like they would have had it, but who knows. I'm also going to get rid of The Furies by Katie Lowe. I had this one given to me by my friend Amy, and it was highly disturbing. It is a dark academia book, if you want to call it that, and I know some people love it, but I would never recommend it to somebody because I found it so disturbing, so I think it's time to unhaul it. And I'm also going to get rid of my signed hardback slipcase editions of The Maze Runner and The Scorch Trials. I've had these for a very long time, and now I've read the paperback series, I don't really feel the need to keep any copies, to be honest. There is also some stuff surrounding the author that I won't talk about, but I don't really feel the need to keep or read any of his books from now on. I am going to read The Kill Order, which I have, and then from then on I will not be purchasing any of his books, so these can also go. This one is massively sun damaged. Okay, so that is the many books that I'm going to be unhauling, and hopefully make some more room on my shelves, which will hopefully make me feel a lot better about the amount of books I have and the room that I have. But anyway, I am going to head off now. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I'm unhauling any of your favourite books. Most of these I feel like I did really enjoy. I just don't feel the need to reread them, so I don't feel the need to keep them, or I have more than one copy of them. I think I've read all of these that I'm going to be unhauling. I don't think I'm just going off the back of like, yeah, I don't want to read it anymore. I think I've read all of them, so that's good. But yeah, I feel like sometimes this is just needed, and hopefully it will feel good to have some more space on my shelves, which I'm sure will very quickly be filled by the piles I have lying around my room. But anyway, I am going to head off now. Thank you for watching, and please like this video if you did enjoy watching. Comment down below what you've unhauled recently. Let's all be brutal, and I will see you next time with another video. If you want to see more from me, then please subscribe to the channel. See you next time.